Alright, our next animal, very cool animal, in fact the largest underwater animal, maybe largest animal, I'm not sure, he'll give us those facts. On Earth, we might see one whale watching, it's always a possibility. The blue whale, Mr. Josh Stoll.
I'm Josh, and I'm doing my report on the blue whale, and it's also known as the sulfur bottom. Alright, so its classification, it's an animal, so it's under Animalia chordata. It's also a mammal, so it's Mammalia, order, Cetacea, something like that. Family, Baleen Boteridae, genus, Baleen Tortera, and species, Musculus. Alright, it's the biggest moving and living organism on Earth, and it's about 85 to 100 feet long as a fully grown adult. And about 20 people, like, stretched out on their stomachs would about equal the length of a blue whale. And it can weigh up to about 200 tons, which is really big. And about 1,400 people compact together would make one blue whale. Tail is about 25 feet long, which is like a professional soccer net size, to give you a picture. And the female is slightly larger than male, about everywhere. Biggest blue whale ever recorded was washed up on shore. It was 110 feet long and no torpor or hibernation. Habitat distribution. Blue whale lives in every ocean, but is extremely rare due to its low population. So, yeah, it's rare within its areas of living. It lives in cold waters like in Antarctica, and or it could also live in tropical and coastal areas. Behavior. It generally lives alone or in pairs. May live in loose pods for short periods of time, just if it needs to like feed or if it's in breeding season. And then it's a true example of a gentle giant because it doesn't attack anyone. So diet. It mainly eats shrimp-like creatures called krill. Eats about 4 tons of krill a day, which is a lot. And it can also eat small fish if it's hungry enough. And it doesn't have teeth. It has a finger-like material called baleen attached to its upper jaw. It uses that to trap its krill inside, and then it swallows it later. Conservation status. It's listed as endangered on the ICN Red List. There's about 10 to 25,000 left from over 375,000 before hunting and pollution. And the population is increasing, but very slowly, and is under protection by the International Whaling Commission. Breeding. Okay. Mating season is all year, but they like to do it in the summer a lot of the time. And females will mate with only one male every 9 to 12 months, but a male with multiple females. Females will take, about 9 to 12 months to give birth after mating, and females have 1 calf per litter. Parental care. Blue whales are taken care of by their moms. The dads don't do any of it. They just, ditch as soon as it happens. And then the dad does not take care of the cow, like I just said. Blue whale calves are about 15 years long at birth, which is a really big baby. And calves will stay with their mothers for about 2 to 3 years before going on their own. So, predator and prey relationship. Can be preyed on by great white sharks if the sharks are hungry. Generally they won't go for it, but they might. And pods of orcas can take these down. Not that many other creatures prey on blue whale because it's so big and it's hard to kill. So maybe attacked by the sharks though if the sharks are starving. Human relationships. They were once hunted severely for food, blubber, and wax. Over 350,000 blue whales were recorded by being killed by hunters in the 1900s, and can get hit by large boats and caught in nets and drown. Longevity and mortality. A blue whale will generally live for about 80 to 90 years in the wild, but there's none in captivity, so you can't take a reading on that. The longest living blue whale was also discovered on shore, and it was about 110 years old. You can tell how old a blue whale is by looking at the wax in its ear and how many layers there are. Alright, males mature about just under 5 years old, and females just over 6. There are no blue whales in captivity, as I said, and you can tell how old it is, as I also said, about how many skin layers there are in its ear. A blue whale's stomach is yellow because there's tons of millions of microorganisms just under its skin. That's why it's called the sulfur bottom, because sulfur is yellowish color. decided, and questions?
What's the scientific name you're walking at?
Well, hang on. So the scientific name of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's Bamintopteria musculus. Something like that. Get out of it for you. Carl.
Has there ever been a time where, like, isn't like your mouth big enough for like a swimmer to accidentally?
Yeah, I can fit about 400 people in its mouth.
I know, but like, can a swimmer like swim in?
You won't even try.
That's never happened before. I guess. Yeah.
Is there a reason that like the only one that's ever watched a punch war was like the oldest and biggest like really-footed?
No. No particular reason. Mr. Myers.
So what other animals are they most closely related to?
Well, obviously other whales and us actually, because they're mammals.
But like, which kind of whales are they more closely related to? A humpback or a gray?
There's no specific like which one's closer. They're just all like really close.
Okay, and then how old are they when they become reproductive?
About 5 to 6 years. About 5 years, or just under 5 years for the male, and then just over 6 years for the female.
Okay, I think dolphins.
Awesome.
Is this the whale in Nemo?
Yeah.
And then do they have any seasonal patterns?
Actually, yes, because in the summer they'll stay down in like really cold places, and then when it gets to the summer, they'll travel up somewhere near the equator to like breed and stuff.
Okay, and then two more. First one, do you think that the story of Jonah in the Bible would have been a blue whale?
I've never really thought of that. It might have been because it's a big fish apparently. So I don't know, probably.
And now knowing what you know about them, what do you think the chances are of us seeing one on the whale watch trip on Wednesday?
Extremely rare, because there's only about 2,000, 10,000 in that area left, and it's not in captivity, so we can't
do you have any info, or did you find any info on how frequently they're seen in Washington?
Like almost never.
Gotcha.
Like super rare, especially on shore, even more rare. So yeah. Any other questions?
All right.